Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Haris bin Zulkifli. My metric number is A18A0364. I will explain my part, which is introduction. Malaysia is the country with economy resource. Because of that, Malaysia has a potential to compete the another country. It is because Malaysia has a retail sector can help them to communicate to another country, which our company in question is Padini Berhad, and our competitor is Bonia Corporation Berhad. Both of them do a similar service. Because of that, we are choosing them to make comparison liability ratio, activity ratio, and possibility ratio both of the Padini and
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Akila binti Muhammad Termizi. My metric number is A18A0649. Today I want to present about calculation ratio. There have 14 ratio that we use. Firstly, liquidity ratio. Under the liquidity ratio have current ratio and net working capital. Formula for current ratio is current assets divide current liabilities. Formula for net working capital, current assets minus current liabilities. Next, profitability ratio. Under the profitability ratio is return on equity. Formula for return on equity is earning after tax divide total equity. For formula return on asset is earning after tax divide total assets. Formula for gross profit margin is gross profit divide sales. Formula for operating profit margin is operating profit divide sales. Formula for net profit margin is earning after tax divide sales. Thirdly, activity ratio. Under the activity ratio have total asset turnover. Formula for total asset turnover is sales divide total assets. Formula for account receivable turnover is sales divide account receivable. Formula for average collection period is account receivable divide daily sales. Formula for fixed asset turnover is sales divide fixed asset. Lastly, for leverage or solvency ratios, they have debt ratio. Formula for debt ratio is total debt divide total assets. Then debt to equity. Formula for debt to equity is total debt divide equity. And lastly, time interest earned. Formula for time interest earned is EBIT divide interest.
Next, ratio analysis. Horizontal analysis for Padini Holdings per head. First, liquidity ratios. Under the liquidity ratio is current ratio and net working capital. First, current ratio. In 2019, company has a greater ability to use its current assets to pay short-term debt by 55.86 times compared 2018 and 2017 with 47.43 times and 17.98 times respectively. Next, net working capital. In 2019 is the best for Padini in term net working capital with RM137,905 compared to 2018 and 2017 with RM122,393 and RM38864 respectively. For activity ratios, under the activity ratio is total asset turnover. It can show that for year 2018 is the best for Padini in terms of total asset turnover with 0.37 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 0.20 times and 0.19 times respectively. Next, account receivable turnover. In 2018, the effectiveness of company to turn its receivable turnover is 145.95% days compared to 2019 and 2017 by 89.08% and 48.5% respectively. For average collection period it can shows that in 2018 the effectiveness of company to turn its receivable into cash only 2 days compared to 2019 and 2017 by 4 days and 4 days. Lastly, for fixed asset turnover it can shows that for year 2018 is the best for Padini in terms of inventory turnover with 0.52 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 0.30 times and 0.22 times. Next, profitability ratios. First, return on equity. In 2018, company generates a higher rate of return for their owners with 0.38% compared to 2019 and 2017 with 0.21% and 0.323% respectively. Next, return on asset. In 2018, company used their asset for more efficiently to generate profit with 0.37% than 2019 and 2017 with is 0.21% and 0.23% respectively. For gross profit margin, it can conclude that for year 2017 is the best for Padini in terms of gross profit margin with 130.03% compared to 2019 and 2018 with 10.89% and 5.25% respectively. For operating profit margin, it can conclude that for year 2019 is the best for Padini in terms of operating margin with 1.05% compared to 2018 and 2017 with 1.02% and 0.22% respectively. Lastly, net profit margin. In 2017 is the best for Padini in terms of net profit margin with 1.17% compared to 2019 and 2018 with 1.04% and 0.01% respectively.
And as for leverage and solvency ratios, firstly, debt ratio. In 2019, company has low debt ratio which is 0.92% of total asset compared to 2018 and 2017, which is 1% and 2%. For debt equity, it can see that for year 2017 is the best for Padini in terms of debt to equity with 2% compared to 2019 and 2018 with 0.93% and 1% respectively. And last, time interest yield. It can shows that for year 2018 is the best for Padini in terms of time interest yield for 540 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 426 times and for 0.27 times respectively.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afiq Latif Maziman and my trade numbers is A18, A05, 10, and today I want to present about the horizontal analysis. Then we will continue about Bonia Corporation Berhad, which is first is liquidity ratio. Current ratio. The current ratio measures whether a company has the ability to use its current asset to pay its short-term creditors' current liabilities. In 2019, the company has a greater ability to use its current assets to pay short-term debt by 13.37 times compared to 2018 and 2017, with 2.68 times and 6.90 times respectively. And then is net working capital, which is the higher ratio show the ability to pay its short-term obligation without relying on inventories. In 2017, it the best for Padini in terms of net working capital with 79,197 ringgit compared to 2018 and 2019 with 22,239 ringgit and 16,460 ringgit respectively. Okay, next is profitability ratio. The first is return on equity. The return on equity ratio measures how well a company is using owner's investment to generate after-tax profit and income after taxes. Every ringgit of government shareholders' equity earned in 2018 is 28% return on their investment, higher than 2019 and 2017, which is only 7%, 11% and 7% respectively. And next, return on assets. Return on asset ratio measure how well a company using in asset to generate after-tax profits, net income after tax. It can conclude that for every ringgit the company invests in asset the year 2018 produce 25% of net income, higher than 2019 and 2017, which is 11.2% and 6% of net income for every ringgit. After that is gross profit margin. Gross profit margin that measure the higher ratio indicates higher contribution margin. It can show that for year 2019 is the best for Padini in terms of gross profit margin with 8.54% compared to 2018 and 2017 with 0.77% and 0.12% respectively. For operating margin, ratio profitability ratio the measure what percentage of total revenue by operating income in 2019, which is 0.90%. Its company makes more from each sale than 2018 and 2017, which is 0.84% and 0.58% respectively. It shows that the company controls the cost and expense efficiently. And the net profit margin is to measure the higher ratio indicate better income to shareholders in 2019 is the best for Padini in terms of net profit margin with the 1.23% compared to 2018 and 2017 with 0.84 and 0.59% respectively. For activity ratio, first is total asset turnover. Total asset turnover ratio measure how higher ratio reflect the effectiveness of fixed asset to generate sales. It can show that for year 2018 is for the best for Padini in terms of total asset turnover with 0.31 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 0.091 times and 0.11 times respectively. And then is account receivable turnover. Account receivable turnover measure how the higher ratio reflect the effectiveness in collecting receivable. In 2018, the effectiveness of company to turn its receivable turnover is 4.44% days compared to 2019 and 2017 by 1.69% and 0.34% respectively. The next is average collection period. Average collection period to measure how lower average collection period is more favorable than higher average collection period. The higher ratio indicates that firm has problem in collecting debt. It can show that 2018 the effectiveness of a company to turn its receivable into cash only 81 days compared to 2019 and 2017 by 212 days and 1,074 days. And the next is for the fixed asset turnover. Measure how the ratio reflects the effectiveness of fixed assets to generate sales. It can show that for years 2018 was the best for Padini in terms of inventory turnover with 0.46 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 0.098 times and 0.70 times respectively. Furthermore, for the leverage or solvency ratio. First is debt ratio. The debt ratio measures the extent to which borrow money has been using to finance the company operation in 2070. Company has low debt ratio with its 50% of total asset compared to 2019 and 2018, which is 0.55% and 90% respectively. Other than that, debt to equity. Debt to equity that measure how ratio show the higher amount of debt. You can see that year 2007 is the amount of debt to equity with 18% compared to 2019 and is 2018 with 0.55% and 10% respectively. Okay, the last is time interest earned. Time interest earned measure the ratio indicate the firm can meet loan requirement and lower risk of default. It can show that for years 2018 is the best for Padini in terms of time interest earned for 540 times compared to 2019 and 2017 with 426 times and 40.227 times respectively.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Rupada Fatonah binti Abdullah. My matric number is A18A0881. Okay, today I want to present about the vertical earning analysis dismiss compare two company for the ratio analysis. The first one is liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio, under liquidity ratio has two. The first one is current ratio. The current ratio Padini was higher than other companies. It means Bonia. Padini has 55.86 times higher than Bonia, which is 13.37 times for the current ratio. The next is for the net working capital. The net working capital for Padini is 137.9 and 500,000 ringgit Malaysia, higher than Bonia, which is 16,100,436. The second is from under profitability ratio has 5. The first one is return on equity. Return on equity Padini, the lowest for other company. The highest is Bonia with 11%, then Padini has 0.21%. Okay. The next is return on asset. Return on asset Bonia has higher than other company, which is 11.3%. Then Padini get 0.21%. And then gross profit margin, Padini was higher than other companies. This means Bonia. Padini get is 10.89%. However, Bonia gets 8.54%. For the operating profit margin, Padini was higher than other companies, which is 1.05%. Then Bonia has 0.90%. And then for the net profit margin, Bonia was higher than other companies. That means it gets 1.23%. However, Padini gets 1.02%. The third ratio is equity ratio. Under equity ratio is total asset turnover. Total asset turnover Padini was higher than other companies, which is 0.20 times, and higher than Bonia, 0.091%. And then for the receivable turnover, Padini was higher than other company, which is 89.91 times. However, for Bonia is only 1.69 times. For the average collection periods, Padini has 2 days. For average collection periods, Padini has only 4 days to return on cash. Compared to other company is Bonia, has 212 days to return on cash. And then for the fixed asset turnover, Padini has 0.30 times higher than Bonia, which is 0.01. For the last ratio is leverage or servicing ratio. In this ratio has debt ratio, Padini was higher than other company, which is 0.92%. Compared to other company is Bonia, get 0.55%. And then debt to equity, Padini was higher than other company, which is 0.93%. And then for compared to Bonia, get 0.55%. And the last B is time year interest. For Padini is 4 to 6 times, and then compared to other company is Bonia, only 5.32 times.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aziz binti Muhammad Yusuf. My matrix number is A18A0079. Based on our presentations, we can conclude that there is many ways from both firms on how they may improve their organizations. The first way is trainings and developments. The company needs to share the knowledge with the whole teams. Next, the company can establish deadlines and make sure they submit before the deadlines. The company can create a work calendars and make sure all the members follow the that have already set. Besides, Padini and Bonia can use leverage technology to improve their organizations. By using cloud computing technologies, our data will be in safe conditions and people who have authorizations and from multiple locations can access the data and work on it. Thank you.